Hey, Melissa.
Hey Brittany, how are you?
Good. How's it going?
Really good. It's good to see you.
Good. Awesome. Same. All right. So I'm really excited to interview Melissa. She's an amazing person. I'm so happy that she's in my life. I guess I've gotten to know you over the past 4 years
Yeah.
with doTerra, and she is a phenomenal person, but she's also an essential oil expert, which is really awesome.
Aw.
Um, so I'm excited to ask her some questions and have you guys learn a little bit more about her. All
Okay.
right, ready?
I think so. I think I'm ready.
Okay, cool. All right, so tell us, how did you first learn about the company doTerra?
Okay. Well, I learned about DoTerra when I lived in Hawaii. So I had actually heard about it from one friend, and then maybe heard the company name from a few other people, but because um I've because I've been exposed to a lot of network marketing companies in my life, and have had like some good impressions of them and some bad experiences. I was very skeptical. I was working 60 to 80 hours with my current business, and had 4 boys at home and had went through cancer and all that kind of stuff. So I was just very focused on my goals and like my normal routine every day. So whenever I had some friends approach me about it, I just was like, I'm not interested at all. I was like, no way, I'm not, totally not doing that.
Mhm.
um, but then I got to this point where my stress level was so high, and my stomach pain, because I was having a lot of digestive issues, that my friend offered me products, and I was just at that breaking point where I was like, okay, fine, I'll try it, and it worked like right away. And so Sarah is actually my friend that had told me about doTerra when I actually said yes to it. And she was my personal assistant with my business in Hawaii. And she was also a personal assistant for Rochelle Brinkerhoff. And so she was able to really learn about the products and the company a lot from Rochelle. And then she would like share information with me. And as I started to learn and understand everything more, I was like, wow, okay, yeah, this is definitely like an answer to my prayers.
Yeah,
So,
that's so
yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
All right, so that's interesting that you knew about the company side of doTerra when you were introduced to it. Like, I had no idea personally what
Oh,
doTerra meant. Like, I just experienced the essential oils and was like, these are like phenomenal.
uh-huh.
I just thought it was a brand that you can purchase offline. That was it. I didn't
Oh.
realize all the other, ins and outs of the company. So that's interesting that you knew about that right off the bat.
Yeah, I want
um,
to add to that because you mentioned that. I think the thing is about life is because I'm more business minded. Like I had my own business, we tend to notice things or learn about things based on like what our interests are, like how we're
mhm.
wired kind of. And so immediately, like that was something that I thought about. I was like, so where do I buy this? Oh, it's network marketing. Okay, no, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's kind of what happened.
Okay, that's cool. All right. So next question. What were your first health concerns that caused you to want to personally use essential oils as a wellness product?
Okay, yeah. So, like I was saying, my digestive tract was really wrecked. And then I had a lot of emotional things that were going on that were stemming from the cancer situation that I went through back in 2010. My endocrine system was like all over the charts because um, the surgery that I had to remove my thyroid, um, it like something didn't go right, that my parathyroid glands were damaged. And so because of that, I've had to take medication for since then, like basically to keep me alive. So like every 4 hours I would have to take medication. Yeah. um, so my parathyroid hormone level is not functioning the way that it should still. And so I mean, just from that alone, like you can tell I needed help, right? I
Hmm.
also went through radioactive iodine as well. And anyone who's been through radiation knows like it's very difficult on your system. I just felt very out of balance and very, very broken. And so actually when I was working my art business 60, 80 hours a week, I would say that was kind of my coping, like, you know, thing that I would do, just to stay like my head above water and focused and like stay out of a depression state, because I really didn't want to get depressed. So digestive, endocrine, thyroid hormone support, and metabolism, I would say that was a big one for me, because I kept doing like the yo-yo dieting thing where like I would, you know that I needed to stay at a certain weight, because if you're on thyroid medication and your weight fluctuates a lot, then you have to keep going back to the doctor so they can adjust your thyroid hormone level. And I was like adamant about not ever going on that, you know, that roller coaster ride with my doctor. And so basically like I would eat pretty healthy for a while, and then you know, you get exhausted of like trying to juice and like buy all these raw foods and all that kind of stuff. And so eventually I would start to get exhausted and kind of revert back to like my old eating patterns. And I was really just tired of being on that merry-go-round. And so I was like, okay, do you have something for metabolism? So the first products that I ever tried that I loved were Digestin, which is what helped with my stomach pain. And then the other one was Slim and Sassy Metabolic Blend. So I started using that, and that started to help me like kind of level out with my metabolism, or at least also just be aware of like what I was eating. Because if you're constantly thinking about your metabolism and you're like using this oil, then it's supporting you as well as making you think about every food decision that you're gonna do, you know? Like,
Yeah.
oh, is that gonna, like, I'm doing all this work, so if I eat that, it's gonna mess this up, you know?
Right.
And then the third product that I really loved was the vitamins. That was like a game changer for me. And the best way to describe it now, looking back over like everything that I've learned and all that, is it was like that one consistent foundational thing that my body could depend on. So like I started using them, and then I stuck with it. And so even if we were traveling, if we ran out of groceries, if I was having lunch with someone or like at a church thing and there's, you know, no good food, like healthy foods, you know, I could still, my body could depend on the fact that I was still going to give it the same amount of food nutritional support, omegas and oils, and antioxidant support. And so that was the thing that helped me to finally be able to stabilize like my weight and what I was kind of consuming more, you know? Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, totally. That's so true.
Yeah. So those were the products and the major health concerns that were my.
That's awesome. So I feel like you answered the next question, which is how did they help you? So, I mean, that is an incredible story. So the next question.
Can I add to that though? Okay. Because like, I want to share this with you guys because like, I think I want to help people understand that it's not just about like me helping my body support these certain needs. Like it goes way farther than that. So like, yes, you know, I was able to get my metabolism under control. Yes, I was able to make my stomach aches go away like over and over again. You know, I could eat bad and like put Digestin on and it like goes away. Let's go to the movies, eat popcorn, put Digestin on, right?
Yeah.
But it's not just about those things. It's affecting like my life and my family and my emotions and my clarity, like all those other things that are affected by our health. Our health is like one little part, but then those, if your health is good, then like you can think so much clearer and other things can like really flow together. So I think my family was really affected, our children, and my marriage relationship is really what benefited the most from those products.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's so true. Like when you are able to give your best self to people in your life, they can see the difference.
Yeah,
David
was like, my David's, we both have Davids. My David's like, whatever she's doing, like, just keep doing it because who is this new woman?
Yeah, that was like my David with Claricom. When I discovered Claricom and I started using that, he was like, how does every woman not have this? Like every woman on this earth needs this. And men too, you know, it helps balance out men's hormones as well.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, Clary Combs is totally a game changer for us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did you want to add anything else, or are you ready to move on to the
We
next one?
for the next question, yeah.
Okay. So next question is, what are your current health goals?
Okay, let's see. Because I'm like older, right? I have 4 kids. My oldest is getting married. I would say, it's like a little bit personal, but I don't know when I'll hit menopause. But I know that I'm getting closer to like that perimenopause period. And so I would say, period of life, I would say hormonal support is really, really important to me. I think self-care and, like really sticking every day to the plan that I'm already on, and then being aware of like, hormonal things. I would say that the hormonal stuff is definitely on my radar of like, I'm watching this, I'm aware of it, I have the tools that I need to be able to focus on that. And like I said too about daily maintenance and sticking to a daily plan is just making myself work out every day. Like I've just in the last 3 weeks committed to, I'm going to work out every single morning except probably Sundays, so 6 days a week, and maybe still go for a walk on Sunday afternoon or something. And it's not about like a certain size or a certain weight or certain image. It's more about what's happening inside of my body and staying in like a positive state of mind and a motivated state of mind and clarity and, fighting off depression. I mean, I feel like we all kind of have those moments of depression and things that, life that can, situations that can pull us down, but I just want to stay like in a positive state of mind and a positive state within myself. And I want to fully take care of myself so that I can fully take care of the people around me. Because I know if I take that hour to myself in the morning, that the whole rest of my day goes different than if I just get up and I'm like, yeah, whatever. Like, I don't care. I'm going to lay here, and not think about anything. So, I mean, that's me personally, where I'm at.
Yeah. I mean, that really sets a tone for the day.
Mm-hmm.
You get up, you start moving your body, and then the rest of the day, it's like a chain reaction. Like, all right, I exercise, so now I want to continue that by drinking enough water, eating good food, being productive in general in my day. So yeah, for sure. And getting up and moving.
Like, totally. And the word self-discipline come to mind, like I would say within my health, what I'm really working on is self-discipline. And I want to give myself a fair shot. Like I want to do my best. I want to be ready to answer my teenage boys' questions and be able to be there for them, and just like fully show up for the responsibilities that I have every day. So yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. So then last question is, what does your daily routine look like?
Oh, okay. So my daily health routine, I wake up, I take my supplements, I drink my coffee with my husband, we sit down together, spend some quality time together before he leaves. And then I go for a run, at least 3 laps. I'm using Deep Blue, what else? Peppermint or Breathe on my chest to help with respiratory stuff. Another thing I didn't mention before about like health things that I'm working on is for some reason I'm having a lot more pain in my legs, and I'm not really sure like where that's coming from. So I've been using the Cypress and the Deep Blue and trying to stretch and all that kind of stuff. I think it's maybe because I'm like sitting around doing school a lot. So I'm like not, there's like a lot of long periods where I'm just sitting. And then let's see. So healthy lunch and Terrazyme throughout the day. I'm taking Terrazyme throughout the day. Probiotics in the evenings. I have to take the Lifelong Vitality Pack at 4 o'clock, which is something new that I had to start doing just about maybe a couple months ago, because I think it was interfering with my medication for a long time. So that's a bummer. But I have a new endocrinologist, and she's helped me kind of work through all of that kind of stuff. So I take Lifelong Vitality, like I said, in the afternoon. And then our evening routine is diffusing a wood oil, a citrus oil, and let's see, like Breathe or or lavender or something like that. And then we use that little sun lamp, the Philips sun lamp that you can get on Amazon. It has a natural, like you hit the button and then within 20 minutes, the sun, like it has light that dims. And so I always tell my husband, we have this like routine where I say, hey honey, do you want to watch the sunset with me? And then he'll say, yes. And then I'll like hit the button. And then we don't try not to be on our cell phones or anything, just kind of talk and all that. And so it's like a natural progression, which really helps with the whole melatonin release in the brain and all that kind of stuff. So that's a huge part of our routine. Yeah. And I think we use way more oils and supplements. I'll have to type it up or something, right?
Yeah. You don't realize how much you use until you try to like really sort it out. Like I did that once for just so I could like figure it out. And then when I was doing it, I was like, oh my goodness, I use so many products,
Yeah.
And then it's hard to go, but like to think, what was I doing before,
Yeah.
Like, how was I living before this,
Yeah. Just like small, before I feel like I was like functioning, but like on a small productivity level or like, you know what I mean? And now like just doing so much more. It's great. But as far as like using a lot of oils too, I just want to encourage people who like might hear this video and be like, wow, they use a ton of oils. I don't want to have to do that or something. Like the cool thing is I like always encourage everyone to have kind of your base plan, like your foundational plan of things that you do every single day, like lifelong vitality and Terrazyme and then maybe like certain oils. And then everything else is just kind of like as needed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
So, we all start out, like, again, we've been using these things for like 4 years. So now it's like a natural progression. I first started out with just the lemon, lavender, and peppermint for my allergies. And I didn't even, like, I knew there were other ones out there, but that was like my main focus. Like, let's use these and get rid of it. And then, naturally I started moving on to, okay, what does this do? Or if something happened, like I got food poisoning. So my husband's looking through the book like, oh, food poisoning.
Yes.
And he would see, okay, it says digestin and lemon. You're supposed to drink it. So he like put it in the water and he gave it to me, and it like immediately took the nausea away, and I was able to relax and chill. And it's just, and then in your brain you're like, okay, cool, digestin for anything digestive related. Build on from there. So it's not that you necessarily need to use oils like intravenously like all throughout the day, but why would you not want to feel your best,
Right.
So,
and I think it's a step-by-step progression too. Like as you start healing one area, then all of a sudden you're aware of like this other layer. Like you're like, oh, my foot's been hurting for a month and I didn't even notice it. But now all of a sudden, because this problem's out of the way, I can deal with that other issue. Yeah. So it's definitely a journey.
For sure. Okay. I think that would conclude our questions for this segment.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you for answering.
Yep. All right, Brittany. Well, I'll talk to you later.
All right. Sounds good. Bye.
Okay. Bye.